Hi everybody, welcome to Real Estate Raw and Uncut, episode 28. I'm Byron Lazine, joined as always by Tim Bray. This is the one show if you're an agent, if you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're a lender, if you're an attorney, if you're just a real estate consumer interested in the biz, this is where you want to come get your real estate facts. The last couple of episodes, if you go back and look at the last two, we talked a lot about where the industry is going, how it's changing, how ZillowGroup's affecting that, all of that stuff. But with all this change, agents still need to know what works, or what has always worked is still very effective today, even when you're doing the big picture, new change, new technology stuff.
So there is a paradigm shift going on as we speak, but we have to look at the least common denominator, which has always worked in this industry and all service-based industries, which is communication.
That's right.
And it's not, hey, I can tweet now, or I can
tweet me at Byron Lazine.
Whatever this stuff is, I'm trying to follow your lead as best I can, and try to keep up with it. So, whether it's email, whether it's, all the things we're doing, but you still have to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
You still have to do a face-to-face. You have to be able to communicate with people.
And communicate. There's so many ways that we can communicate in today's day and age in 2015. How does your client want to be communicated with? So, are they a client that wants you to text them? They don't want the phone calls. You need to know that if you're an agent.
So when are you determining whether?
Usually when I first meet somebody, hey, what's the best way for me to get a hold of you? Is it phone call every time? Is it email? Sometimes it's email for people because they're sitting at their desk, they're at work, they're not going to be able to pick up the phone, but if an email comes through, they can read it, respond, and that's the best method. Everybody's different. There's so many different mediums to use. No, assuming's bad.
Yeah,
danger.
It gets you into trouble.
Yeah, real bad. There's actually a great example. I had an email from Audrey Williams. She's a Sotheby's agent in Jackson Hole. We've actually brought her up way back in, I think, the single digits when we were doing this show. She's a great agent. She sent me an email, said, hey, I got a cool topic for you a while back. One of her clients, a seller, sent her an email acting like a buyer. And this happens all the time. You gotta be ready for this if you're an agent. People are gonna feel you out and check you, especially if you're listing their home. She had a really respectful, professional response to the buyer.
About that home that was
about that home. But at the end, she kind of threw in, the skiing has been phenomenal here. So it kind of opened up the door for his response. And at the end of his response, P.S., I'm not a skier. I lost my leg in an aviation accident.
Oh shoot!
Now if that's a real buyer,
how do you somebody?
Yeah, how do you feel if that's a real buyer?
Not good.
No.
So you got to walk the line.
Yeah, you got to walk the line.
Be very professional.
Assuming's dangerous, but keep your responses professional, even if it's a ridiculous question.
And one of the big ones that you'll get, and some of these are the questions from Trulia Zillow. They're just standard questions that you can click. Yeah. And it says, please send me more information about the property located at X. You've got to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
What do you have? What are you sending back? Are you sending them a link to Realtor.com?
Right.
Are you sending them...
Well, Zillow's not going to be happy if you're doing that.
So if you haven't done any due diligence on that property, you're in trouble.
That's right.
So that's where we, have integrated a marketing packet, which I'm sure a lot of people have tried to do.
Yeah.
And it works extremely well. And I think our success is rooted from that.
Because there's only so many things that are on Zillow for the consumer, unfortunately. So they've got the basic information. They could go to the town website and get a lot of this information about a home.
So the deed, the Schedule A, the plat map.
That's what they're really looking for. So if you can respond in a timely fashion to a consumer who wants this information quickly and give them a marketing packet that has all of that.
Oh,
there's immense value in that. They've got everything there, disclosures, the map.
So it makes you look like a rock star.
Absolutely. And so now the question, you don't have to draw up some big fancy email. You've given them the information. You've added the value.
Then you can follow up.
Right.
And do you have any questions?
And you've done it professionally. So be careful and talk to people with respect, but more important, talk to people the way they want to be communicated.
But hold on,
with.
this is an emotional business, right? And sometimes you don't know what's happening with somebody on the other end. You don't know if they just got news that a family member has cancer or something, and then you're the next person to talk to them.
Right.
So they may hit you with an email or a voicemail that's just off the wall and really offends you.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that?
You've got to keep it cool. Maybe you take a little bit of time, let them cool off. You got to keep it professional. It's going back to one of our last episodes. Drop the drama, do the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an agent, and I don't mean drop the drama like tell the client to drop their drama. You've got to keep your drama as the agent in check, and just
which is
keep
hard
it,
sometimes.
Yeah, and just absolutely. Maybe an agent's ripping you or ripping you a new one. It happens. You got to live with it. You got to have tough skin in this business if you want to rock and roll. So
give other people the benefit of the doubt.
That's right. And do what's always worked with this new big picture long-term technology play. Meet with people, call people, communicate with people the way they want to be communicated with.
I completely agree. Great topic.
Don't assume, because that you end up
make you look like an ass.
Guys, real estate, raw and uncut, unfiltered, no scripts, every single Friday. Subscribe up to this channel. If you haven't, youtube.com/Byron Lazine. You can find me anywhere at Byron Lazine.
T. Bray at seaportre.com.
See you guys next week.